We are back in with our MineColonies Randomizer series, and let's just get stuck straight in. Both of our builders are currently upgrading some builds to tier 2, but I am aware that they are going to require a lot of items from me in order to upgrade them, so I will spend a little bit of time here from the beginning just getting them the items that they are looking for. And also Koa, really quite like the new outfit that you have. Koa is upgrading our Space Wars themed mine at the moment and is going to require a lot of sandstone alongside some cactus extra blocks. The cactus is of course nice and simple for me to get. The sandstone items are also fairly simple for me to get. So this should then be everything that you're requesting then, son, in order for you to continue on with the upgrade. As for Bob though, he is upgrading our restaurant to tier 2, which is mainly made of diorite and birch items, so let's go get him the items he requires for it. Which that should be everything then that you were requesting. Right, get on with it then. Jaden, our lumberjack, is asking for an axe, which I can give him, and our miner Lorena is asking for 100 sandstone stairs, which I am reluctant to get for her, but I suppose it's the only way that she's going to be able to continue working. The forester's hut over here is now up at tier 2, and ideally I would like to get it to tier 3, or at least place in yet another forester's hut, so that we have 2 of them then totaling tier 3, which would then mean that we could go for the sawmill research within the university and really start the automation process for our colony. Also quite like the new getup that you have there, Jaden, but good work, son. Continue working. I've just seen that Koa is 98% done with the upgrade here to the mine to tier 2, which is nice, so this will flag off as complete very shortly. We could also be doing with getting this building up to tier 3 as well, so that we can go for the stonemason research within the university. Or again, we could place in yet another mine and have the 2 of them then totaling at least 3 levels. I will see. But that's the mine just been upgraded there to tier 2, so thank you, Koa. Let's see what you pick up next then. He has picked up a guards tower upgrade to tier 2, which the fact that we have so much dark oak materials here, it's probably the fortress themed guard tower that he's doing, which is just behind his hut, so that's fine. That will hopefully be a nice, quick, easy upgrade for him. As for Bob though, the restaurant build here is a bit more complicated than I first thought. So I will definitely need to spend a little bit longer here just getting him the items that he's going to require for it. Starting off with cobblestone extra shingles by the looks of it, with the main material being cobblestone extra, covered by cobblestone extra, supported by oak planks. And without really searching it up, I am going to assume that cobblestone extra is this, yep. And that should be items placed correctly within the architect's cutter, so let's make some of these shingles then. As for the cobblestone extra slabs, we are going to require cobblestone extra as a main, and it's just simply supported by some birch planks. We are going to require a stupid amount of birch wood for all of these things anyway, so hopefully we do have some here within the warehouse, which we do at least. Perfect. So that is then everything we need to make the cobblestone extra shingles. And looking down the list now, I think that's all of the materials that he needs, apart from the framed paper extra ones, which I can get him very easily actually, because I have made up, hopefully, a working sugarcane farm. At a later point, we will place down a plantation build, and we will have it growing our sugarcane for us, but in the meantime, I have set up a very quick sugarcane farm just across the way there, which I am hoping has collected us at least some sugarcane here. It has collected us 11, so not really. But what I'm thinking about doing with this playthrough is having down the MineColonies builds, like the plantation, to make all of these items, but also maybe help out by putting in our own type of dedicated farms that can make the materials up as well. And to that end, you can see that we now have up a rather compact, convenient sheep farm for a lot of different coloured wool, which I hope is going to help out our shepherd's hut as well. The only issue that I have with the farms that I've set up here is the fact that they are outside of our colony's boundary at the moment, so it won't be loaded unless I am beside it. If I had built these farms within our colony's boundary, I have the settings configured so that everything, all chunks within the boundary, will be loaded, and therefore then these builds should work with me being inside the colony. So what I am going to do actually is make something called a scan tool, and then with it I will click on this jungle plank there, and I am going to click on this jungle plank there to set 2 positions, which if I then click into the air, I get up this rather handy box here, which essentially just encompasses all of the farm that I have set up for this. And if I once again left click into the air, I can now get a list of all of the items that are within this scan here, and I can even save this scan, which I will do after I call it half sheep farm. And so we now have a nice schematic of this sheep farm here, or at least half of it, which I should be able to use our building tool, and in fact there it is, right there. And I can now basically have my builders construct a schematic here for me, which I will do just right beside our shepherd's hut, and both builds then can work in tangent, getting me some wool. The only issue is that I will need to remove the acacia chicken farmer's hut in order for me to replace it with the farm here. So I will place half of it somewhere down here and get the other half and place it just along the other length of the wall there, because having it all in here would be rather long, and maybe at another point I could maybe put a house or some other structure over it. But I definitely think that we could place these type of builds down alongside our MineColonies builds, and they will definitely work together pretty nicely with them. So I am thinking of placing down a plantation build and then having a sugarcane farm just somewhere right close beside it. But we will revisit those very shortly. For today, I would just like to get the rest of our builds here up to tier 2, and then maybe make a push with our agricultural district. But that should now be all of the items that both of our builders have been requesting, and Kaiser is taking items away from the stash to the warehouse to then deliver that to them, which is grand. So I'm now off the hook and don't need to do anything, but I did see that Kinsley here would like to be recruited as a carpenter for only 30 golden ingots, so let's definitely hire her in. I believe because we have expanded out our colony's boundary by quite a bit recently, that we can now have in quite a lot more citizens within the colony, so we really need to start putting in a lot more houses actually, because otherwise we are going to have a lot of homeless people. Let's just do that actually. Let's make a lot of different house builds here, go select them as style, and see where we can place them in. So the first house style is going to be of a Lost City theme, which looks like this at tier 5. And I am going to put it here in our agricultural district for the shepherd's hut. We will place down another house build then, and the style of it is going to be of a jungle theme, which actually could work out really well here, because this is what it then looks like at tier 5, and I am then wondering, could I have the jungle themed builder's hut that we will have for our agricultural district then connected to this house? So I'm thinking something like this. This is the builder's hut at tier 5, and that is the house build at tier 5. And maybe we could have the brickwork bridge there, maybe connect up. I wonder if that could work. We could have that bridge either go straight over to that, or we could have it arching over it, just in front of the entrance here to the cave part of our agricultural district. Now, there's an idea that I quite like. Okay then, maybe if I get these better positioned, then we could definitely go for that. Interesting. I think we will place in one final house build then, which is going to be of an acacia theme, and here is what that build looks like at tier 5. Damn, the acacia style is actually quite nice. So let's ruin the aesthetics of it then, and place it right beside our lumberjack's hut, right in amongst all of this dirt here. You can't even see the build, but let's go ahead with it. And that should give our builders quite a few different builds here to then get on with after they have done the ones they're currently working on, which let's go check up and see how they are progressing with them. They really would be progressing a lot faster if our delivery man was able to deliver the items that I've made for them. But the warehouse is just forever full here, as will it always be, just because of all of the different styles of builds that we are making. So we really need to do something about this, otherwise our delivery system and automation process overall is really going to be hung up. Which, honestly, the only real thing that I can think about doing is upgrading it to tier 3. Let's sleep on it and then maybe consider upgrading one of our builder's huts to tier 3 then. Which, after checking down both of the builder's huts and looking at all of the items that they are going to require to upgrade them, they are both pretty much the same, so it doesn't really matter if we upgrade one of them or upgrade both of them. Alright then, well, I will still consider it, but we've got enough to be getting on with here today. I suppose all I need to do is just keep coming back into the warehouse and removing some items from it to create some storage. And even with me just literally saying that we have enough to be getting on with today, I do have another courier's hut, and I would like to see how it's going to operate having 2 warehouses within the colony. So let's go choose this one as style, which is going to be of a true dwarven style, and that is what it looks like at tier 5, very boxy, and at tier 1, pretty much just the same except made of cobblestone. So I'm just going to set it here right next to Bob's builder's hut, and at another point we will rip it down and replace it elsewhere, but for the moment let's construct it, because it is a stupidly simple build to construct, and once we do have it up and running, I will assign a courier to that warehouse over there, and maybe then we can see if they can maybe start sharing some of the resources and delivery responsibilities here around the colony. I want a warehouse and its own couriers in every district, so this is going to be the first good test for it. And because Kaiser is really taking his sweet ass time about taking all of these items away at the moment, I will just simply go deliver them to the builders. Well, Koa is now at least 100% supplied for his build, and in fact, there he's just finished it there. Perfect. Hopefully he will pick up the new Courier's hut next. As for Bob though, he's just going to need to wait on Kaiser getting him those items. But because I am so confident that this build here is going to be stupidly quick, I myself am going to come and start making it. And that's unfortunate. Koa has moved on to construct a house instead. He has moved on to construct the Lost City house build, which there is a lot of red sand and red sandstone that goes towards it. But apart from that, it's pretty nice and simple. And I will go collect him the items for it just after I finish off the build he should be doing here. Yep, that'll need to do. I'm sure Koa can get the rest of it. Let's go get some red sand then, of which we have an absolute abundance of this stuff. It really seems that all I've done today is dig up a lot of sand for these idiots. But at least this is a lot more materials to bring back to further clog up the warehouses, so that's always good. And that's him now being supplied for the house build here, so what I will do is just quickly come around and assist him making it, because the sooner we have this up, then the sooner you can go over and make up our new Courier's hut. And I have seen that Kinsley has become our shepherd for us. Excellent. I assume you will be wanting a tool. She is simply wanting an axe. That's no issue at all. I seem to be making everyone axes today, so here's one for you. Now I will need to bring some sheep over for this pen here so that you can start shearing them. I will do that after the Courier's hut gets up. The true dwarven style Courier's hut is going to require a few more pieces of cobblestone, so I hope the miner here has collected us some more. Oh, nice get up. You are looking for an axe at the moment, that's absolutely fine. I require some cobblestone, so good day to you. And Koa has just finished off the house over there for the shepherd. Excellent. I really hope he's going to pick up this one next, which I've pretty much nearly completed by myself, but, you know, he has indeed picked up the Courier's hut, and all we are missing is an oak door and some cobblestone slabs, which I'm pretty sure that the cobblestone slabs go along here. And the oak door goes there. Perfect. So a few more cobblestone pieces in, and I think that's this then done. It is at least a build that matches my own creativity level, so I'm pretty happy with this. Well, close enough then. He's putting in the final touches to it, but at least I have more or less built this for you then, Koa, so you're welcome. And done. So Lauren has become the courier for this hut then, but I assume she is going to be assigned to the warehouse just beside us, which she is. So I am going to manage workers, and we are then going to fire Lauren from this one. And I am hoping that the colony is then going to set her to work in the second warehouse that we have built, which she has been assigned to this one instead. Okay, that's good, because at least this warehouse has some more space in it, and she can maybe start taking some items away from all of our other builds to free up their space. And then maybe finally we can get Robert the last remaining items here for the restaurant build, which will be absolutely grand, seeing as that is all he has done here today, and I believe that Koa has at least upgraded to our free builds. Speaking of, he's away upgrading another guard's tower. This will be the Space Wars Guards Tower that he's upgrading, which is more sandstone that I will need to collect for him. But just out of curiosity now that we have the 2 couriers, who will come to the stash to collect these items from me? If the main warehouse is full and Kaiser cannot collect, then I hope the colony then says to the secondary warehouse to then come collect instead. But we will just wait and see. Or of course, a third option, no one comes and collects. That's more like my luck with this. Well, it turns out that no one came and collected the axe, so there you go, Jaden. I'll deliver it for you, although we do need a lot of stripped birch here, so I think I will just make it myself. But at least, finally, that is Robert now 100% supplied for the restaurant upgrade. Nope, I have just given you those, but I think I understand why this build has taken so long. This is a huge upgrade that it is getting here, so maybe I should give him a bit of slack. Well, he is 60% done with this now, and has all the materials in to upgrade it fully, so I will just allow him to get on with it. As for Koa though, he needs a lot more sandstone, so I guess I know what I'll be spending the rest of my afternoon doing. More of the same next time. I'll see you guys then.